Hi, this is BESIG Online. I'm Andy White, and I've got James Schofield with us. James, you do a lot. You do readers. You've written a course book together with Evan Friend of Double Dealing, and we had a chat beforehand. And you're also writing stories for Business Spotlight. Thank you. Yeah. But we talked a little bit about something else that you're doing, have been doing for the last year. What is that?
Yeah, what my main job, apart from the writing, my main job is as a business English trainer at Siemens. And over the last year, I've been developing another aspect which I think is quite related to training, and that is, I always find it a little bit difficult to know how to describe it exactly. A mixture of facilitation and moderating. So I think there are kind of two elements here. There's the moderating, as in terms of for conferences and things like that. So where you are, if you like, the compere, the Thomas Gottschalk figure, and you're getting speakers up and you're saying, let's have a big hand for Mr. Fisher and things like that.
All right.
And then slightly different, but also very interesting, is facilitating meetings which are held in English but are not actually to do with training.
Right.
Increasingly companies have to hold a lot of meetings with people from all over the world in order to discuss all sorts of things, so strategy, their policies for sales, how they're going to move into new markets. And there are very often quite strong and different opinions within the groups of the people who are taking part.
Right.
And a skill which I think we as business English trainers have got in quite a highly developed way is the ability to manage groups of people with quite often sort of quite different opinions, make sure everybody gets their say, and also basically keep things under control and keep things moving along and productive and useful.
So when you're facilitating or moderating, are you the chair of the meeting as well?
Not really the chair. My experience so far, I've been asked to come in to moderate around about 7 or 8 meetings over the last 6 months, and normally there's the organizer who sets the agenda, the points that need to be discussed, and the role of the facilitator here is more to at the beginning to get everybody on board. It's not really a case of being the chairman, because you have a very neutral role, and that would be too kind of authoritarian. You have to get the people to look at the agenda, say, okay, this is what we want to talk about, and then really to make sure that the discussions don't get out of hand. For example, a recent case where I was moderating a meeting, emotions were running quite high because it was between a software provider and a company, and the company was claiming the performance of the software wasn't fast enough, wasn't good enough, wasn't consistent enough. And at one point, one of the participants kind of slightly lost his temper and said, "This is a Mickey Mouse company."
Oh.
And at that point, you have to step back and say, "No, come on, let's just keep it to the facts and let's discuss what we're here to discuss."
Okay. And did that work?
And in that case, I was fortunate enough that it worked. Yeah.
So you didn't have to throw anybody out?
No, and that would be beyond my remit, I think.
All right.
But it's interesting, and I think it's an area where business English trainers could begin to move. You have contacts in companies, and it's largely a case of saying to people, hey, you're having these meetings, maybe you could need somebody there to help run the meetings, to condense the findings at the end, get them all up on a flip chart, make sure everybody's agreed with what has been discussed. And it's something that I think we're quite good at doing.
Is that how you got into it? You just said, hello, here I am, here are my skills, and basically, yeah, they're transferable.
I mean, to be honest, the first case, it was somebody dropped out at the last minute and they were desperate.
Okay.
And so I said, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of moved on from there. But I think it's something that a lot of the business English trainers that I know here at BESIG, I think, could do very well. and I think is a way for us to extend our credibility and our professionalism,
Right.
and provide more of a service for the people we work with.
Yeah, I agree. So you would suggest talking to the HR manager or somebody in the company,
And also the people, your trainees. Yeah, you
Okay.
have contact to people throughout the company very often, from high up to lower down, and just say this is something you're interested in doing. If you have people with whom you have a good working relationship, and they can see that you are a person with credibility, somebody who can do this kind of thing.
It sounds like a really good idea. Yeah, I kind of like the throwing people out part.
No.
De-escalation.
You've got to keep them happy and all around the table.
Of course. Yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity for further development. Anything that's related to, but maybe a new challenge, a new goal, a new experience is quite nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. You're speaking at the conference as well, and always got a lot of things going on there. And you've just arrived, so you have to get back to the party that's about to begin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and seeing everybody else that I know at BESIG.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming in and having a chat.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Yeah, we'll be back with more. Thanks.
Bye.